I'm really fatigued and tired. You can tell by how tired my eyes look. I told myself it's 46 minutes past 6, I'll just take my vitamins early, but again, damn child lock is locking me out. Hey! I did it. They look like this. They're little hearts and they're cherry flavoured. And they're by Nutri-Gums. The softest side of nutrition. Delicious hair vitamins. 2 months supply. By the way, I'm wearing a Corpse Bride t-shirt that my friend got me. It's really nice, but it's the 26th of February 2024 and I've been taking my hair vitamin gummies around the same time every day. I don't know if you're supposed to take them at the exact same time, but I take them roughly the same time because it can't hurt, you know, and it reminds me to do it. But I can turn the alarm off on my phone because I've taken mine for today. But I'm so fucking tired. I'm going to probably try and sleep for a little bit. Been a bad fatigue day. Hello. We're going to call these Madalada's burnt out talks. And maybe they'll help you, maybe they'll help me. Mainly, probably help me. But, yeah. Today's the 26th of February, 2024, and it is, hold on, it is 17 minutes past 9 at night, and right, here's some context. I am burnt out from a weekend of birthday celebrating in general. And I hung out with my friend today and it was lovely, but I'm so tired, like fatigue wise and physically, I'm so tired as well. And then I tried to sleep and I couldn't switch off, and then when I would be falling asleep, like literally going into sleep, I'd get woken up by dogs and people, so yeah, I'm not doing great, to be honest, and I am struggling a lot. I'm struggling a lot this evening, and so I thought maybe a talk video would help myself, but maybe help you guys. And I've been thinking a lot about autism today, and kind of been like making my medical game plan, in a sense. Is that what they call it? The saying of the game plan, where deciding what needs addressing first, because my chronic pain isn't great, but you know, uncurable, unless someone's got the cure for cerebral palsy out there. Uncurable. And don't tell me it's some herbal tea. People on Instagram, the amount of comments I see on my Madalada Munden -2 Instagram being like, this tea cured my cerebral palsy. What? So you're telling me this herbal tea stitched up your brain damage, just slotted in some brain, just made some brain grow? Is that what you're telling me? Either that or you clearly don't know what cerebral palsy is, being like, oh, you know, this tea fixed my cerebral palsy. Really? Has it got stem cells in it by any chance? Like, you know what I mean? It's just ridiculous telling someone with a disability that their disability is going to be fixed by some herbal tea, or telling me that, oh, you know, with fibromyalgia stuff, oh, I drank this magical tea and oh look, my life is 1,000,000 times better. And it's like, nice try. Nice try. I'm like not gonna fall for that, because that's impossible, you know. But yeah, I've just been very burnt out, and then been trying to sleep, and then been disturbed, which hasn't helped, and my mood is very low today, and by that I mean I'm feeling the depression a lot I mean, I always feel depressed, but like really badly. And I'm not doing too great this evening, and I'm overwhelmed, and I'm not feeling great, and I don't know how to recharge myself, you know. I don't know how. Tried sleeping, kept getting disturbed. Because I felt better this morning after, like, when I woke up this morning, I felt a little bit better than I did. I felt less burnt out because I got some energy in me. But sometimes even you could sleep and still feel burnt out mentally, but that did help me. Sometimes showers help me relax and feel more, like, recharged. I think I'm just overwhelmed and I don't know how to, what's the word, make myself feel less overwhelmed? Underwhelm myself? I don't know, but there's so many things I thought about doing and I just don't have the energy for it. Like earlier, I kept thinking about all these things I wanted to do, but I was too physically tired, and it sucks. It really sucks, but yeah, it does really suck. Right, we're going to read off some signs of autism in adults from the NHS website if you're curious. Main signs of autism. Common signs of autism in adults include, I'm really bad at reading out loud by the way, finding it hard to understand what others are thinking or feeling. To be honest, for me personally, I feel like I'm too empathetic, like I'm over empathetic, and I am always trying to understand because I know how exhausting it is and how upsetting it is to be misunderstood. But I think, do you know what? I saw something today that was like masking can, like where you mask like your behaviours and you mask your feelings, you become very hyper aware of other people sometimes, and so I have to find it, one sec. I found it, it was on TikTok. It says 7 autistic signs of a high masking woman. So like masking autistically and being assigned female at birth. 1. Is it just me is it just me who has struggled with people pleasing and saying no? Big one for me, I'm a huge people pleaser. Someone who is high masking can be a chronic people pleaser. That's me. And do anything for the approval of others, often puts other people's needs before hers to be accepted, and has trouble voicing her needs, wants and thoughts. I was literally saying this in the previous video I did on these burnt out talks. I was literally saying this in the previous video. 2. Am I the only one who has to rehearse social situations and conversations? High masking people may also rehearse responses to finding out information or receiving gifts to make sure they're the acceptable version of themselves. I do this all the time. I daydream a lot. And do you know what a lot of those daydreams are? Me practicing conversations. Me overthinking how to talk to people. In the last video, if you haven't watched it already, go watch it, I recommend. But I was on about chats, and this is exactly what I do. I'm like, right, what can I say to someone that will make them the most happy with me and the most accepted? I literally do this. And this is what I mean by a lot of the traits, people might go, oh, you're not autistic, and then it's like, well, look under the surface. What am I hiding? Not hiding, what's the word I'm looking for? Masking. That's the actual word for it. What am I masking about myself? What am I doing when I would be doing another thing? This is literally what I was saying about the chats and talking to people in a way that they will accept me, and I'm a people pleaser. 3. Hiding or minimising their special interests, making them out to be not a big deal and not spending the time to craft them because they're worried of the judgment. The amount of things I have dropped because I'm like, I'm not good at this. I look stupid. I'm not good at this. I'm not doing this. I look stupid. I'm so scared of looking stupid That is a big thing for me. I'm so scared of looking stupid in front of people. I'm like, I look stupid, I give up, because I don't want to look like an idiot. I think that's another thing that I struggle with in maths, is because I feel like an idiot, so I'm like, oh, I'm not doing it. People are judging me. I'm an idiot, you know. I would stop, and then this example that somebody said, not me personally, but this is an example someone said. I stopped reading 10 years ago so that guys would stop perceiving me as a bookworm and that I could seem more interesting. That's really sad. I stopped painting because people kept asking me what's the point. I realise now that my special interests give me joy. That good old dopamine fix. I have done this before. I have blended in and pretended and blended in with people before, and done things I did not want to do just because other people wanted to do them, and because I wanted those people to like me and to be my friend. I've done that so many times. I've put myself in uncomfortable situations. To this day, like, I've, as an adult, have still done stuff for the sake of other people, and it's something I'm trying to work on, but it's insanely hard because it's just my nature to want to people please and to want them to accept. And I'm so used to people pleasing. I've been people pleasing probably like my whole life, it feels like. And I remember when I get warnings at school, you know, there's a warning on the board. Every time I get one, I would cry my eyes out. I'd be so upset. I remember in secondary school, I literally burst into tears when a teacher tried to give me a report card, because in all fairness it was unfair, and I did explain that this teacher keeps picking on me, keeps giving me warnings, when, oh, this teacher was awful in school. She would literally be so snappy and horrible, and be like, one time I was doing some work for my health and social care lesson, and she said, oh no, we're moving on to the next thing. But I wasn't finished with the task I was writing. I was like, okay, but I just want to finish my paragraph, you know, I'll forget. I want to finish my paragraph. And she was like, no, we're moving on to the next thing. And I was like, but I'm going to forget. Like, she was like, come back to it later. I'm like, but I'm going to forget, and I know what to type now. Like, I don't want to have to, like, redo it. And she was like, no, we're going to the next task. I was like, okay, fine, sure. Literally, go to click on the task. Like, I go to put my hand on the mouse to click onto the next tab, and she goes, oh, that's it, you're getting a warning because you didn't go on to the next task. I'm like, I touched the mouse to click onto the next tab. Like, what are you on about? And unless, like, I didn't say this out loud, but in my brain I was thinking, what, do you want me to telepathically change the tab on the computer? But I didn't say that because I'm polite. But oh my god, and I'd get into I've noticed I would get into a lot of disagreements with maths teachers, and I think it's because in those lessons I felt judged and I felt stupid. And this one maths teacher, oh my god, he was like, would tell me off for doing the maths not his way. Even if the answer was correct, he'd be like, well, you didn't do it my way, so you got to do it all over again. I'd be like, but I got it right, you know? It might not be your way of doing things, but look, I got the right answer, you know, look. No, do it all over again this way. Follow the example. And it was like, but I can't do it that way, you know? Like, and I was getting into fights with him, and he would give me warnings, and oh, I'm noticing a lot of the times when I get in trouble at school, it would be because I thought something was unfair, is what I'm noticing as well. Because I'm quite a rule abider, I like sticking by the rules, but I've noticed a lot of the times I got in trouble at school was because I was like, that is not fair. Why are they doing that? That's not fair. But yeah, anyways. 4 of this thing I'm reading. Am I the only one who is used to forcing eye contact all the time? Anyways. High-masking autistic women are used to forcing eye contact and have become accustomed to the uncomfortable feeling. If I know I'm supposed to make eye contact, I will do it, but oh my god, it is so damn difficult. I don't even give eye contact when I'm doing, like, if I say I'm talking to my friend on the phone, or like making a video on the phone, I remember one time my friend messaged me on Instagram because I put a story up on my Instagram, and I was just looking at the wall as I was talking, and they were like, what are you looking at? And I was like, what? Oh no, that's just me talking. And I find it harder to focus when I'm looking at you directly in the eyes. I can't even do it now, hold on. When I'm looking directly at you in the eyes, and I'm just like, I find it easier to listen when I'm staring off to the side a lot of the time, because then I start focusing too much on their face, like, do you know what I mean? If I'm staring at the wall, I'm less distracted, or if I'm staring into the distance and not staring directly at them, and I'll flicker back to show I'm still listening, but I'll do that naturally, or if I just want to flicker back and see what they're doing, but I will look at the wall because I find it easier to concentrate. And this is a good point. They may feel more tired after talking to people because of the intense form of masking. My social battery just... This is what I was talking about literally in the previous video. 5. Suppresses stims. High masking autistic women are more likely to not stim in front of others and only stim when they're alone or force themselves to not stim. When I was undiagnosed and high masking, I wouldn't crack my knuckles and sway side to side because I didn't want to be branded as a weirdo. This led more to meltdowns because behind closed doors, I wasn't able to regulate my emotions. I pace a lot. When I'm on my own, I pace. I pace around a lot. If I'm on the phone, I will walk around. I cannot just sit still and be on the phone. I start walking around. I could be having a high pain day and still find myself walking around and like, I do this a lot, subconsciously. Even when my hands hurt and I'm having a high pain day with my hands, I still find myself being like, oh, but I can't help it, I'm naturally doing it. Or I'll say random like advertisements, like, oh, I don't want to start it because I'll be saying it like a lot, it'll get stuck in my brain, but you know, the washing machines live longer with Calgon, stuff like that, like it'll get stuck in my brain. Or bing bong, I'll just want to go bing bong. Or a recent one for me is like that sound. It's so annoying. I'll just be like, I know I'm being annoying, but like, I've noticed, especially when I get stressed, I'll just be like, or if I'm like, I don't do well with silence, and I sometimes find that I'll do stuff to fill the awkward silence, because I don't do well with silence. But yeah, stuff like that. 6. May have been diagnosed with depression or anxiety or personality disorders. Yeah, they can get mistaken for personality disorders, but just because you've got autism or ADHD or neurodivergency doesn't mean you don't have those disorders, but they could be mistaken for, like what I was saying in the previous video. I think my anxiety is caused by the fact that I'm like neurodivergent, I believe. I'm not diagnosed, but I think I am. 7. Is it just me who is always tired? Although this one, I will say, for number 7, I do have cerebral palsy, so I'm going to be tired anyways. And I do have fibromyalgia, which is also still fatigue. And I do have sleep troubles, which is also still fatigue. Not fatigue. Being tired. Same difference. And I do have things that make me tired anyways. But, like I said in the previous video, cerebral palsy and fibromyalgia are like very highly linked with neurodivergency. So, yeah, that was the end of it. But what I'm saying is I related to it a lot. I relate to a lot of it a lot. A lot of it a lot. I don't know. I do want to get on the waiting list because it is ridiculously long. But the thought of going on another waiting list is just overwhelming. And the thought of talking to a doctor is overwhelming. And yeah. The thought of talking to like a medical professional is like very daunting. And I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm trying to myself. But I do acknowledge how hard it can be to get help. I do acknowledge that, you know. Hold on, I'm too hot.